What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my Twisted Life of Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for Travel and Talk Tuesday. As you can see, I am in a new car studio, a little mobile studio, a little different than before. And during this travel and talk, y'all are going to learn while I'm in this car. If you're not on my Twitter, you haven't been updated on, or at least given a heads up about what I'm going to talk about. So, I'm going to be speaking slow and deliberate. I am leaving. Damn, I left the water again. I said I was leaving the house early. I'm thirsty as hell. I got to run back in and get my water. Hold on. Like real talk, I was thirsty as hell. And I want to make sure I get through this entire video today. So I had planned on leaving the house early so I could have enough recording time if I wanted to sit in the car at work in the parking lot. But if I'm not done telling y'all what happened on this weekend, I'm gonna go into my office. Y'all on pause again. Go into my office, see if there's nothing I need to do by 10:30, and then I will come back out to the car and finish recording this video. That's how I'm feeling today. So I'm gonna start off before I even pull out of my driveway. My weekend started back in March. I was watching Be Fabulous You YouTube channel, and she was talking about doing a YouTube meetup, and she was inviting YouTube channels to come at the Jim Crow Museum. She lives in Detroit. When I first heard it, I was like, man, that sounds like a cool idea, but I didn't respond is whether or not I would be going. So I had to get screenshots of the messages, and I'm not going to show y'all specifically. Or maybe I will. Because you can't see it. The shit's small. And it's going to turn. So, the very first message on here that y'all can't see. What the fuck just happened there? I don't know what that was about. Basically says, from Angela to me, not sure if you are interested or available, but planning, and planning is in quotation marks, a meetup at Jim Crow Museum in July, the 14th or the 28th, I think. And I said, unless I move my schedule open for either day, as of right now, depending on time of day of the meetup, so keep me informed. She states that the museum is on open noon to 5 every other Saturday. I was hoping to find a black-owned restaurant and cafe we can go to before or after. There looked to be two options in Grand Rapids, which is about an hour away on the driving route. I said, okay, definitely let me know when your date is solid, because I would need to take off work and come up the night before. Then she says, okay, do you have a preference? Think there's something going on in Idlewild on the 14th. Was thinking that Idlewild might appeal to some, or an overnighters as a big draw. I said, no preference. I don't even know what Idlewild is. Okay, that was April 27th. I got that invite. Now, Angela knows I live in St. Louis, Missouri. We met already once last year in Detroit, in her city. So she already know that she was inviting somebody that was coming from out of town. I come to find out this weekend that majority of the people that was invited was coming from out of town, or that said that they were coming, or I suspect it was coming, was from out of town. Over the past couple months, between April and now, there were several messages going back and forth about different things that we were going to do. She did ask about some preferences that we may have as far as like the Friday night thing. Friday night was supposed to be a big jazz event, and I was like, is the group going? Nobody was going that she knew of, so I was like, okay, well, I only want to be there for the group events. So I just want to make sure that if I'm flying, that my plane lands on time, or if I'm driving, I'll leave it early enough time to make the group events. Since there was no group event on Friday, that's fine. So sometime, so I got this itinerary that says the main meetup is the JC Museum in Mio, Grand Rapids. I'm open to making public breakfast before getting on road. Caravanning from Detroit to Big Rapids, Sunday at or around Wright Museum, and or doing a side trip to Idlewild, depending on the preferences. Interest of poetry, somebody named Information Man, somebody named Katie, and you, whoever you was. I believe that's probably Brother Yapo, because I know he was supposed to go. Then it was, what are your thoughts? So she gave me Saturday we had breakfast in Detroit, ride out of Detroit, lunch on campus in Big Rapids, meet up JC Museum in Big Rapids, ride out to Idlewild or Grand Rapids. That's Saturday. Then there's question marks after 3:30 p.m. Explore Idlewild, eat in Idlewild, question mark, ride out to Grand Rapids, 5:30 or 7, eat in Grand Rapids, 7, 8, or 9, ride out too. Then we have Sunday, Detroit, breakfast, Wright Museum. That was the itinerary that I was submitted. Okay. I made sure I said what the question marks was, because those are the only things that seem to be up in the air. That's what a question mark would mean to me. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my driveway now. Hopefully I don't turn this damn truck up. I like this truck though. I like the height of it. Before I go any further, let me give a big birthday shout out to Phone Jones channel. Happy birthday, Phone Jones. Happy birthday, birthday girl. I haven't called you directly yet, but right now, happy birthday. So if y'all would do me a favor, run over to Phone Jones channel. It's all one word, capital P, capital J, and say happy birthday to me, not to me, to her, and let her know that you came from my channel to wish her a big happy birthday. Heck, half of y'all probably came from her channel to me. She was one of those people that helped me build my channel up, so I appreciate her greatly. So happy birthday, Phone Jones. So let's fast forward to Tuesday. Got 15 minutes to get to work at my normal time. And then I'm going to the office, I'm going to run there, I'm going to check, and I'm going to come back out, I'm going to finish this video. So, happy birthday, Phone Jones. Fast forward to Tuesday, I just got back from my trip from Phoenix. Remember, I went down there to see if there was going to be some place that I thought I might want to live. So I did Phoenix, and I told y'all already I came home Tuesday and had no trespassing, restricted area sign on my door telling me I need to, I can't come onto my own property. We talked about that already in last week's Traveling Talk Tuesday. It's no biggie. Y'all know I'm moving within the next 30 to 45 days. Okay, so if you want to hear that story, you can go back to last week's video to find out what happened with that. So I text her on Tuesday, because now, knowing that I have to move, my brain is thinking, let's make sure that I'm not just wasting, that this event is still going on before I start making, like, arrangements to really, really go. I had told her, I asked her, was it okay for me to bring my mom? She was like, yeah, cool. So I was debating on whether or not I was going to fly or drive. I ended up driving because I didn't want to pay for a plane ticket for my mama. Okay, so I had already gave my mama what the itinerary was. She was set on that she was not going to the event on Friday night either. She was going to chill out in the hotel. So if I was going, I was like, I'm not going either because ain't nobody else going. I'm only there for the group events. And so we're just going to do the meet up with them, and then we all roll out together. I remember telling y'all in the Travel and Talk Tuesday video that I will be vlogging because I can't wait for all of us to be together. I know we're probably going to have some interesting conversations in the car. I know y'all remember. Matter of fact, I've been pumping this up on the channel for a few months now, ever since I decided that I was going to go. So Tuesday I hit her up and I said, hey, everything's still a go with this weekend? She responded, yes it is. Can't wait to see you. Okay. Fast forward to Thursday. This is the date that I said that my weekend started getting really bad, even though my weekend began back in April as far as why I was going up to Detroit in the first place. Thursday, Keena decides to take a nice long shower. Sometimes we take quick ones, sometimes we take short ones. This time she decided to take a nice long shower. She was doing her hair and everything. Well, while she was taking her shower, she realized that she needed goggles and snorkeling gear because the bathtub just filled up on her ass. I was like, what the hell? What you mean it filled up? She's like, it won't go down. So what you mean it won't go down? So I go grab the baking soda and I go grab the vinegar and I try to dump it in there and pour it in there because, you know, baking soda and vinegar together makes a little acid and it can flush stuff out. I said, this water ain't gone down by the morning, we're going to have some problems. Okay. Because I got to leave town. Well, I called my mom up. I was like, hey, what was the white stuff that was in the bathtub? She said it was Ajax. I used Comet, but she said Ajax. I understand. And She was like, well, the whole time I was there, your tub wouldn't drain. I was like, you didn't say nothing, you know? She didn't bother to tell me that I was having issues with my bathtub. Like I said, you could take a quick shower and we get out the water. We don't trip off of it until we're ready to come back and clean it out. We let that, you know, let whatever gonna go down drain. We hairy women, so we know that we shed a lot. Sometimes we get clogged drains, so that's understandable. So I didn't understand why she wouldn't tell me that for 5 days, she claimed for 5 days the water didn't drain out. Why you didn't tell me this shit? But that's fine. We neither here nor there. It looks like there's toilet paper coming up out of my drain, which means that the toilet may have backed up somewhere and the main drain in the basement is not drained. So I cleaned all that shit this morning. I've been doing Drano and liquid plumb. I've been doing everything and nothing. It's draining faster, but it's not really like doing like it's supposed to do. Okay, so drive people. Why are we doing 40 miles an hour in a 55 mile per hour zone? So that's the first problem. So I had planned on leaving out at 6 a.m. Got up in the morning, still had like 4 inches of water in the tub. Still hadn't drained out. I said, I gotta go take care of this. Home Depot open at 6 a.m. But the grocery store by my house open as well. So I say, okay, I'm going to the grocery store because it's closer. I know it's going to cost me more money, but we going to do this, right? So I went and bought Drano, like $14 worth of it, and I put it down there, and it didn't work. And I kept putting stuff in there, and it didn't work, and it didn't work, and it didn't work. Around about 9 o'clock, the water finally went down in the drain. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go. We need to go ahead and hit the road. I don't want to be driving too late going up to Detroit. Go pick up my mama. Go get gas. Easy peasy, easy selling. My mom's like, we was going to split the cost of the hotel. We was going to split the cost of the gas. Because my mother is on a fixed income, I decided, you just pay for the gas, which should come out cheaper. I've already paid for the hotel. Y'all know that I do not usually get hotels until I get to the city that I'm at. That's normally my standard practice. Because usually when I show up in the city, prices are cheaper than what they are online, or there's some other type of suites or inns or hotels that are not on those main websites. That's the reason why I do that. But this particular time, I decided to go ahead and book it in advance because my family hates when I go to a city and sit there in the parking lot of a restaurant or a hotel checking out hotel prices and looking at different rates and driving around the city. They hate when I do that. And me and my mother have always we have an animosity with one another that just is like, it's like nails on a chalkboard. So I wanted to avoid unnecessary argumentation because I was already like worried. I was like, she gonna be drinking, she gonna be having a hangover, she gonna be snoring. I was already complaining about that on Twitter. If you was on my Twitter, you seen me complain about that. So I didn't want to have any like unnecessary argument about the fact that I didn't pay for this hotel. So since I went to Detroit last year, when my cousin committed suicide, no, my aunt died. Her son had committed suicide like a month later. But when she died, I went up to Detroit. So the hotel I stayed in, I booked again. Now, Angela reminded me, you didn't like this hotel. You're right, I didn't like this hotel, but I don't remember that it was something so bad that, yeah, I couldn't just take it for 2 days. I shouldn't have went. I'll tell you about hotel hell too. Woo, motherfucker. Okay, so we riding up to Detroit. We decided to go through Ohio to avoid paying the tolls in Chicago because I'm cheap. And like I said, I know I gotta move soon, so I'm trying to, they'll save a little money here and there. Even though considering I'm gonna go ahead and make this trip, and I'm like going because I told her I was going. I made a commitment, and I'm usually one of the people that stick to my commitments. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm not gonna back out at last minute. That's just the type of person that I am, unless it's a medical emergency. Okay, so we about 30 minutes. Oh, I texted her, let her know we was on the road. She hit me up about 3 o'clock. She's like, hey, yay. About 30 minutes from Detroit, she's probably about 5:30. She hits me up again and says something about the hospital. I think they were probably going to the hospital for somebody, but I didn't understand what the hospital conversation was about. And that she had to having car troubles, having issues. So she don't know what she's gonna do about the trip on Saturday. My first thought in my mind was rent a fucking car. That's my first thought. But I was like, okay. And she said, well, we just talk about it when you settle in. Fine. So now me and my mama, our minds are running. Like, what the fuck does she mean? I say, I'm getting the impression that she was saying, I'm going to need to use your car to make the trip. And I'm thinking, I didn't rent a car. I drove my own. I just put 600 miles on my car. I'm going to have to put another 600 miles on my car going back. I don't want to drive my car again. I wasn't going to drive at all. I was going to fly in, you know, and we going to do the ride up there to the trip together. That's what I thought. So I didn't plan on being the car provider, but she said it was going to be her mom, her stepfather, and I think 2 other people that was on the list to ride with her. So they couldn't fit all in my car anyway. I got a little Hyundai Accent. So I was like, it's still going to have to be, there's somebody going to have to rent a car because all of us ain't going to fit. I'm asking her, I say, okay, well, what's up with the rest of the people? And she told me that she was talking to one of the YouTubers on the phone, and they were back and forth about whether or not they wanted to actually come. I said, okay, we're going to talk when I get to the hotel. Get to the hotel. Hotel hell. It was so many motherfuckers in the damn lobby. We was wondering if there was an actual convention in town. But the people that were in the lobby were complaining. The hotel's supposed to provide breakfast. They hadn't had breakfast in 3 days down there. They hadn't had housekeeping in 3 days. People were being overcharged on their bills. But I realized that the people that were being overcharged were long-term residents. So the Quality Inn basically turned into a hostel. Because majority of the people that I found out once I was there lived there. There's maybe about 5% of people who are actually like people who are on vacation or traveling through the airport that stay there. Everybody else lives there. They should let you know that shit. So I get checked in. I'm like, hey, let's address these problems before I check in. They assured me everything was good. Everything was good. We go get into our room. The room was fine. It didn't look like the beds had been like made tightly. Like somebody just go ahead and pulled it, threw the clean sheets on, just pulled it up and tried to straighten it out. But no, so it wasn't bad. It was sleepable. I checked the sheets; they were clean. So I was like, fine, we cool. Let me call her. Called her back, and she was like, got into more detail about the trip, and she did say, yeah, I was hoping that we could ride with you to the place. I was like, well, what happened? Where's the rest of the group? She was like, what group? Like the group that's supposed to be here. Oh, ain't nobody here but you. Now I know when I hit her up on Tuesday, when I said, is everything still a go, everything good, it was kind of an implied statement that if there was problems that we were having, I think that maybe you would have said something then about there being a problem. Nobody else is coming besides you. When she went through the whole thing, she was like, no, I'm gonna have to go to the car rental place. We're gonna go try to eat breakfast at 8, go to the car rental place and go pick up the rental. So she had already decided to get a rental and go pick up the rental at 9. So let's do that. And the whole conversation, the way it was going, I was like, it's not making sense to me. So nobody else came. She asked me, was I going to do the jazz thing? I said, no, I'm not doing the jazz thing. I told you that already. You don't listen. I've already told you that I'm only here for the group events. And she was like, well, there is no group. It's not even no event. Everything that, I said, we got a whole itinerary line out here. But everything on the itinerary is options. Options for, no, that's not what that says. I said, this was supposed to be a group event. From what I understand, and we got emails with different people's names on it. And she was like, well, I never got any confirmation back from anybody. you know, these people I don't even know, so I wasn't sure if they was coming or not. We breathed. Decided to get something to eat. Ran down the street to Checkers, I think it was. Checkers and Rally's, the same damn place. Went down there and got a bite to eat. And called it a night. I was like, I'm tired. I wasn't tired at first. I was like, actually energetic, but now I'm like, now I'm tired. I'm mentally fucking drained by this situation. Let's go to bed. And so I Googled the location. I'm like, 'cause if she got all them people, then I'm gonna have to drive my car. So I Googled the location. As I read one of the text messages, you know, she mentioned that the food place or something, or the Grand Rapids place was gonna be an hour away. Well, when I Googled it, I realized that Grand Rapids ain't where we going. We're going to Big Rapids. Big Rapids is 3 hours away from where we were at. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not gonna drive another 3 damn hours. Not done drove 6 hours to get here. That's not what the hell I'm gonna do. I thought this was like an hour away, as she was stating. So I told my mom, I'm like, I'm not going. I can't do another 3 hours there, do 3 hours back, and then still gotta do another 6 hours to go home. So, it's like, I'm gonna have to talk to, we're gonna have to have this talk in the morning. Because now I'm pissed off. Like, I feel like I've been misled. Like, and then I'm looking at the map and I'm realizing that the place that we were actually going is fucking closer to St. Louis. I could have just went there. That would have made more sense. But she said, meet up in Detroit. When I tried to get clarity on that, I was like, so we riding out to this place, and she says, yeah, you can meet in Detroit, and yes, we can caravan or something like that in the message. Like, when I'm hearing this caravan, I understand what a caravan is. I'm assuming that the person that's hosting this event is making arrangements for this said caravan. She's already got established who's going to be these drivers of these vehicles, which I wasn't asked to be a driver, so I didn't assume that I was going to be driving. So the morning rolled around. Oh, the hotel. I was going to call the hotel about something. Oh, flush the toilet. The water was leaking in the damn toilet. Water all over the damn floor. So I went to the phone to go call on the phone. My damn phone don't work. Turn on TV. Ain't nothing but snow on every fucking channel. Snow on every damn channel. And I got to go down to the desk to complain. The girl at the desk says, yeah, well, some people don't even have sound on their TV. I was like, don't you think that's something that y'all should let y'all patrons know? Well, yeah, you know, I guess we could have did that. That would be nice, huh? That was my response. What about the water on the floor? Well, we can move your room. Okay, but ain't no manager there for me to talk to, so it's now late. My mom, like, I'm tired. So we're going to move in the morning when the manager comes in, when the front manager, so I can express my concerns that I have with this hotel. I'm at work. I told y'all I'm going to finish this video. I'm going to put y'all on pause. I'm going to run in my office, see if there's anything that I need to do by 10:30, which is in 30 minutes. And if not, I'm going to be right back out because I'm going to finish this damn video. Y'all going to hear this entire story before I go to work today. I don't care how long this traveling talk going to be. I know I'm at the Hotel Hell, and the bad TV and reception and the customer service I'm getting out. That's where I'm at right now. So pause. I'll be back. So I'll be back. So after the complaints with the hotel, we had people above us that wouldn't sit their asses down. I guess they had children. They might have dogs. I don't know. But every time I went back to the desk that night, I went back 4 times that particular night to complain about something else. There was always another person at the desk complaining as well. Like, this is crazy, and we can't get a manager until the morning. So the next morning, we get up to prepare ourselves for this breakfast. Go down there, ask for the manager. Oh, the manager called in. She won't be in for a few hours. So therefore, we're not finna move the rooms or not. Well, not. Go outside and somebody's cars broke down. I don't know why somebody couldn't just jump them. So I end up jumping somebody's car, and I tell Angela we're gonna be late for breakfast because we're meeting for breakfast, right? We get over there to the location before she does. Place is closed, gate down. Don't even look like it's been open forever. And I'm like, what the fuck? So this place she's telling me we're going to eat at, we ain't eating it. So I drive down the road. By the time I drive down the road and so I make the U-turn, she called me, let me know she's there. So she only showed maybe like a minute or two after me. And she was like, well, the place is closed. I was like, I know, I just drove by. So she's like, well, we're going to go over to someplace else. And then she was talking to somebody in the car. And then the phone hung up. I got a text message with the name of the place. But I'm following her. I'm like, I'm right behind you. I'm following her. I'm getting more and more angry. I'm getting more and more angry as time goes on. Because I was like, this is so fucking disrespectful of my time. I took off work. I had to pay for this hotel. I could have been flying in. I could have bought a plane ticket. But I drove my own damn car. My mom was taking money out of her fixed income come to help pay for the gas. And this is a waste of fucking time. You know what I'm saying? A waste of fucking time. So I'm pissed. And my mom was like, well, can't wait for you to give her a piece of your fucking mind. Because she turned up. And I said, it's too early in the morning. It's 8 a.m. I don't need to go through my day with such bad energy. So I kept trying to meditate and process this whole shit the whole time. I was hitting up one of my friends. And it's like walking them through about what I was going through. Because I was fucking angry. And I'm sharing with them the text messages and the emails. And I'm like, am I crazy? Is this not making sense to you? Like, was I not invited here? And now I'm being told that this wasn't even a fucking event, that I'm doing this on my own. And I mentioned, like, you know, I had to take off work for this and shit like that, you know, in the text message. So she understood that fact. And I know I had said in her videos, and I said it in my videos, that I'm trying to be supportive of her event, you know, a YouTube meetup type of event, because there's other channels supposed to be there. So that's why I wanted to participate. Matter of fact, I think I even invited some other people, like, y'all want to come to the area. I was doing that. So we get there, we go to the new place. The new place is pretty nice. It's called Cuzzo's Chicken and Waffles. It was pretty nice. It was cold as fuck in there. And the cold, it was, my God, making it cold in there. Because the cold helped knock off a lot of my edge. I was so focused on the fact that I was freezing that it took away a lot of my anger, which was a positive thing, I think. And so then I said in my mind, eat something first. You're not happy on an empty stomach. Eat something before you even try to talk. I said, okay. I was listening to myself. I'm eating something. And, you know, her mom is always nice and lovely. Angela's usually nice and lovely. But at this particular time, I wasn't feeling her. In this fucking moment, I was not feeling her at all. And the fact that I've been misled. So we have breakfast. Breakfast is good. Like I said, it was actually pretty good. They even turned down the air, or they opened a window for me, so there's some natural airflow, and this changed my whole mood. These two little babies came in. This lady came in with her twin daughters, and y'all know how I feel about babies. I just started crying. Like, I'm already angry. I'm trying to, like, contain that so I won't just, like, go off the handle. And then these two babies came in, which added to the emotional level, and I just started fucking crying. And so to keep myself from crying, I was like, you know what, I need to start talking. Let's go ahead and talk about this. So I'm explaining to her everything that I felt that was wrong, that how it seemed misleading. And she's sitting there like, okay. And I said, I heard you saying okay, but I really took that as being very condescending, because that's how my fucking therapist do. They sit there and just be like, okay. Okay. And that's a way to calm people down, to try to make it seem like you really like listen to them, but you really don't give a fuck about what they're saying. That's usually how I interpret that shit. Now that I was interpreting. So she went on to explain how she doesn't understand how I misunderstood what she said. This wasn't a planned event, even though her initial text message said that she is planning, in quotation marks, a meetup, and wanted to know if I was available to come from another fucking city. She said that this wasn't a planned event. Everything on the schedule was optional other than the museum, and she figured since I like to travel, that's why I decided to come. That's why I took off work, because I like to travel. Now, I know I put in the text message that in order for me to come to your thing, your event, I would have to take off work. Not that I like to travel. I travel on my own because I like to travel. And when I do so, I either wing it on my motherfucking own because that's what I want to do, or I have something that I know I want to go do. I'm not going to come to your city on a damn invite and just wing it because I fucking like to travel. That's not how this works. Especially when you're giving me a schedule of events that she says that it was not a schedule. That was just all options. I'm sorry, the only thing that seemed to be an option to me was the Idlewild one with the question marks. She said, no, that's not the only place you put question marks. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. But still, like I said, there were several emails passed back and forth between each people, and each time there was a group of people, either on email or on the text message. There was a group chat as well. Nobody ever said that I saw in the emails or the group messages that they weren't coming. And like I said, one person, she said, was supposed to come from California. I was like, do you think it makes common sense that that person is going to fly all the way from California just to come hang out? You and your family going to the museum, and I'm just going to hang out with me. Because that's what she tried to tell me, that we were going to the museum, and we figured if you just wanted to go, you can go. No, that's not what you did, sweetie. You invited me to your city to participate in your meetup that you were planning. So no, we're not going to be flying across the country, driving across the country just to come hang out with you at the museum. She's like, well, I figured it was like a regular old YouTube meetup. Based off of my knowledge, and probably anybody else's on YouTube, that a YouTube meetup is if I'm coming to your city, I'm planning an event, come to me and meet me at this event. I already met you once, so this is without a regular YouTube meetup. But if I'm planning something in my own city that people are supposed to be attending, then you have a event or something set up for these people to do once they get there, especially if you are inviting them there. During the conversation, she mentioned that, well, after the museum, she was going to go ahead and go out of town, and that blew my mind when she said it, so I didn't address it, and I kept going with the conversation. And I'm trying to get an understanding, like, the way you presented this shit, the way you brought it down to is that this was an event that I was attending. I done took off work. I done did, you know, this was a fucking event. Her mom was like, so I basically told her I wasn't going to drive to the museum because it didn't make sense for me to drive another 200 miles, which was like 3 hours. It didn't make sense for me to do that. That's like going back home. I'd have been halfway back to St. Louis doing that. Her mom was like, well, since that's closer to St. Louis, how about go there to the museum, and that way y'all can leave directly from there. We already paid for hotel hell. Had to pay for that in advance. So I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't get my money back on that room. But I mean, that would have been a good idea, but it would have been a good idea for me to go just straight there. But the way things are rolling out, if I had went straight there, she wouldn't have been there. Because once I said that I was canceling, she said, well, I'm not going to go either. Well, I guess because, one, I'm the only person that showed up. But I thought you just said that this was an event that you and your family was going to. And that if I was just in town, the way that you was wording it was that if I just showed up and in town, then I can come along too. But now that I'm not going, now you're not going. Because she's going to go visit a friend. Which was one of the people that was supposed to have been showing up. Yeah, so, we left her. I left her on 10. On 10. Ty could tell you, because I talked to Ty about it. Tierney and Ty. I was on 10. I was on 10. My mom was like, you handled it well. Even afterwards, when she left out, I even gave her a hug. We even took a picture. I didn't vlog a damn thing this whole weekend. Didn't vlog shit because I was pissed. I said, you know what? Well, before we left out of that restaurant, I said, okay, well, when you come back, since we were supposed to come back here tonight anyway, what are we gonna do then? You want to just meet up there? And that's when she said it again, and she was going out of town, and that's when it hit me. Wait a minute, you invited people to this city, and now you are gonna bounce. She was gonna leave from the museum and just go straight to her destination. You invite people here, and then you just gonna bounce the fuck out. I said, well, what about the stuff that we supposed to do on Sunday? And she reiterates again, oh, that was just an option. So I got this whole weekend in my mind. I'm making this shit up in my head based off of options that come on up here to this city to do a YouTube meetup from somebody that I already met, and then everything that I'm giving y'all is just something for you to do just in case you want to do it if you're going to stay here. So if I didn't stay here, I just drove up here just for 6 hours or flew here for whatever, how much dollars, just to meet you at the museum and then go back out the next day. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And there's no way you can make that make sense to me. So we looked at the schedule. My mom and I was like, okay, well, we still gonna at least try to go to the museum myself. The one that was back in Detroit that was on the Sunday schedule. Looked up the time on that one. And since she's not gonna go, is what she told us. She didn't want to do nothing because she finna hit the road. And I was like, you know what? I'll just call you when I'm on my way home. I didn't call her when I was on my way home. She didn't bother to check to see if I made it back safely. Nothing. And her apology to me was that I'm sorry that you misinterpreted things, or you interpret things differently than other people may have. That was the apology I got. Her mom paid for our breakfast. I think she might have put something in on it too. She was like, her mom was like, I guess I could pay for this because this is a long way to go just for breakfast. Appreciate that. I do. At least that, you know. So that's Saturday. That's the same day. I want to say my my phone is overheating, y'all. I need to bring it down a notch. So, charging my temperature, okay. So, my daughter calls me and says, what day is that she called me and told me that? That had to be Sunday. That she called me and told me that she almost went to jail. Her and my neighbor got into it. Like, we take our dog out. I told y'all, I don't let people play with my dog. I don't let no one play with my dog. He's not there for y'all to play with. He's there for our protection. So, she took the dog out. We normally chain him up. We can take him out, and she goes do her makeup to get ready for work. She said she looked out, checked on him. The neighbor was over there trying to play with him. I told this man before, leave my fucking dog alone on the outside. I told him on several occasions. He only out there to pee, not to fucking play with you. Well, evidently he must have went back in the house and grabbed his dog. His dog is basically the same breed as mine, just a puppy. Keena continues on with her makeup, and then she hears like a dog yelling. She says she grabs a knife, she runs up front, and now he is up here. Evidently, Vito got at his dog. Because now he's up here kicking at the dog. I think that's what she told